Representative Ro Khanna, a Democrat from California, was in a committee meeting last week, and he really demonstrated for other Democrats how you're supposed to lead and fight Trump.
As you pointed out, the president promised three things: more coverage, better benefits, and lower costs. So how was he going to do it? Well, in 2000, he wrote, and I quote, "The Canadian-style single-payer system in which all payments are made for medical care are made to a single agency helps Canadians live longer and healthier than Americans." The president thought that a single-payer system was the only way to live up to his promises. What he ought to do is work with Senator Sanders for Medicare for All if he's serious about living up to any of the commitments he has made. I yield back my time.
Thank you. Now,
yeah, that was easy enough, wasn't it? Why isn't every Democrat doing that? Credit to Representative Ro Khanna there. Why isn't every single Democrat doing that exact same talking point? Because it's potent, it's accurate, and it lands. This is how you're supposed to fight him. For the record here, the Republicans, they have meetings all the time where they come up with their talking points, and they all go out on the Sunday shows, and they all go out in their various committee meetings, and they hammer it home to no end, to the point where you could clip it together every week. Oh, here are the Republican talking points for this week. Here are the Republican talking points for that week. One of the ones that they did recently was, it made absolutely no sense, but since they all got on the same page and hammered it home, it had some kind of an effect on people. They said about their own health care bill, problem with Obamacare, okay, so more people are insured, but the deductibles are so high that they're not even really insured because they can't afford it if something happens. Okay, so your plan doesn't even address deductibles, though, so what do you mean? You have the same problem, and it would be even worse under your plan. So what are you talking about? But point is, it doesn't matter that there's a logical counter-argument to what they're saying. They all got on the same page and hammered it home to the point where you framed the discussion and made it so that some people in the media started asking questions about that. And started, shifting the burden on the Democrats. Fucking Chris Cuomo on CNN was like, why aren't the Democrats counter-proposing something? What? Obamacare is the counter-proposal. It's law already. He's like, why don't the Democrats have anything on health care? Chris, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. They have Obamacare. Obamacare's in place. They're defending Obamacare. The actual liberal position is single payer. There are good progressives and liberals fighting for single payer. What are you talking about? But again, when the Republicans all get on the same page, hammer the same talking points, it has an effect. But with the Democrats, if they were to use this talking point, for example, it actually would have the benefit of also being true, and you can frame the discussion. So every Democrat in the Senate and in the House should have held a meeting. Hey, here are the talking points we're going to use. And number one on that list should have been, hey, Don, here's your quote about single payer. Whatever, the gist of it is, the Canadian system is awesome. Single payer is great. We should do something like that. You go out there, you repeat it over and over and over and over and over until people go, yeah, you know what? Why did Donald Trump stop saying that? Hey, why don't we do a single payer system like Canada? It is true, don't they? They don't even, it comes out of their taxes. This is just so much better than what we have here. We got medical bankruptcies here. Millions of people are not covered. We pay more to get worse care. All get on the same page, hammer it home, and they haven't done it. By the way, Ro Khanna is one of just 6 Congress people that takes no PAC money. He also ran one of the first campaigns for Congress in the country that was against the Iraq War. The whole point of it was an anti-Iraq war campaign. So he's leading the way here in many respects. And if the Democrats had any idea what they were doing and they weren't run by mostly corporate Democrats, we would know, we would be winning because we would use this strategy. I mean, Bernie Sanders did a similar strategy. He would go on the floor of the Senate and show Trump's tweets that were, for example, I'm going to protect Medicaid. I'm going to protect Medicare and Social Security. I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to cut it. So Bernie went, okay, you see that? I'm going to hold you to that, big guy. I'm going to hold you to it. That's what you said. So either you come out and say, I'm a fucking liar. I'm a liar. Either you come out and say that, or you stay true to your word. Which one do you want to do? Are you a fucking liar? Or are you going to stay true to your word? That's how you argue. And then that's how people have to discuss it. Yeah, is Trump a liar or is he going to stay true to his word? I guess Trump's a liar if he's going back on it. Same thing with single payer. Oh, you like single payer? Okay, we like single payer. Hey, remember when you said this? Don't you still want to do that? Oh, you don't want to do that? Why don't you want to do that? I guess you were lying when you said you like single payer, huh? I guess that's what it was. How about we hold you accountable? And by the way, this is also an intelligent strategy because it's not just blind obstruction. Now, look, is there a time and a place to obstruct Donald Trump? Of course there is. On virtually all of his fucking picks, I would obstruct till the cows come home because obstruction is necessary. But see, what he's doing here, what Ro Khanna is doing here is holding Trump accountable, which is different than just obstruction. Ro Khanna is saying, hey, here's what you said about healthcare. Do that. Do that or say you're a fucking liar. Let's do that. What, he wants to work with us? Let's work. Hey, we'll work with you. You want to be bipartisan? You want to be bipartisan or are you a liar? Come work with us. We'll do single payer. Holding accountable is equally as important as obstructing. There are times to obstruct. There are times to hold accountable. So, Ro Khanna, great job there. And the Democrats, what are you doing? And the media, what are you doing? Why are you not fact-checking him, holding up his old words, saying, hey, do you still believe this? Why don't you believe this? Explain yourself. They are always playing a winning hand in that their policies are more liked than the Republican policies. Always playing a winning hand. 80% of the American people want to raise the minimum wage. 55% want a single-payer healthcare system. Majority want free college. You go down the list. By the way, the corporate Democrats don't want this, which explains why they keep losing and why they have to pretend to be liberal, but they're not liberal, and why they suck. So this doesn't really apply to corporate Democrats. This is the liberal progressive message is one that resonates. And the Democrats can't find a way to sell the liberal progressive message because the corporatists don't believe in it, and there's not enough unity, certainly in Washington, and not enough of the Justice Democrats there to really make the impact and drive the debate. But if you had a strategist who said, hey, here are your talking points, here are the things that make sense to say, you only need to go out there and hammer this, stay on message, then they'd win endlessly because if you focus on policy, people agree with the policy. But if you go out there and you go, Russia and stuff, be afraid, Trump tweeted some stuff and unpresidential, he's so unpresidential. Good luck with that. It's not going to work. What'll work is what Ro Khanna is doing, but every Democrat needs to get on the same page and hammer it home because it's the path to single payer. It's the start of the path to single payer, and it's accurate and it's important.